Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are at the University of Florida campus. You guys can see by the background. We're gonna be asking people, why is there a black student union on campus, a Hispanic student union on campus, but no white student union on campus? Is it racist? Is there some sort of stigma surrounding it that no one wants to start it? Let's go find out. What do you guys think about the fact that there's a black student union, a Latino student union on campus, but there's no white student union?
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah, I've never thought about it.
I just think there's not enough support out there. If you're gonna have unions for people, you gotta have them for all. Equality is meant to be for everyone, and if you're gonna have one for black people or Hispanic people, you gotta have it for all. Have it for white people too. That's how I feel about it.
I get it. I get it, but honestly, I don't know, man. I don't really care.
Okay.
I'm saying the truth, man. I don't go here, so I don't care. But I don't know. I'm white. But I don't think I need to be represented in everything because I already am. So.
Right.
I'm not really sure how to answer that. That's really hard.
I don't either.
I personally think the whole point of student unions where you separate people based off of different races, I think it's kind of not in this generation, especially because these are divisive and they essentially promote not unity, and we should be moving towards unity where rather than separating people based off, I'm black so I need to be part of black student union, I'm Hispanic so I should be part of Hispanic union. I feel like we should focus more towards disbanding unities of ethnic groups and focus more on student unions in general where you are focusing more on unity and community rather than just separating and creating divisiveness.
I think that's pretty fair, in my opinion.
Pretty fair. I feel like everyone should be represented equally, despite the fact that there's a lot of debate in people, cultures being underrepresented because, white people have had a lot of privileges over the years. But I feel like if we're really pushing for equality for all races, white should be represented at all times too. Even if there's already a representation for them, you can't have a lot of black representation and Hispanic representation and everyone's pushing for all of this, but we're also pushing white people out the way at the same time, and I feel like that's not fair sometimes. But I still feel like black people and Hispanic people should have moments where they shine more than white people because white people have gotten that for generations.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if we want a white student union, why doesn't someone just make it?
Yeah, why doesn't someone just make it?
I think if we don't have one, it's just because no one wanted to.
I'm in support of equality for all. But as long as everybody feels like they have a place, I'm happy.
Why haven't we started one?
Yeah, why do you think that is? Is there some sort of social stigma? Is there something purported by the system that makes it kind of weird to start one?
I think that's on us, I think Rafi should start one.
I mean, when I apply, we'll see. Well, I actually have applied. I'm not a student here yet, but
Yeah, he's definitely gonna start it.
Yeah.
Is there a stigma on starting one?
I'm not really on this campus, so I don't really know the environment that goes on here. But I'd definitely be in support of equality for all.
Same here.
Yeah.
Is that racist?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I really have
No comment.
no comment.
No comment.
Do you think there should be?
No comment.
Have what y'all want. Have what y'all want.
What? So we should?
Do what y'all want to do.
Why do you think there's not one?
If anyone sees a need to do it, I don't know.
Preach it if y'all want.
Would that be racist if someone started it?
Well,
Depending on people's
there
ideas.
is this group called the KKK. I feel like it would just show some. I don't know.
What does a KKK have to do with a white student union? Why'd you bring up the KKK?
Right.
No, I'm just confused. How did you go from that to the KKK?
Right.
What do you mean, right?
Right.
Right.
Is that my coach? I see our coach. Let's go.
Do you think there should be one?
Like a white student union?
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. I think, because they are minorities, but it is kind of, I don't know. It's white. We do need representation as well. Yeah, if that makes sense.
We do?
Yes, I think we do.
I'm Mexican, so
Yeah.
I've never thought about joining the Latino Student Union. I've never thought about if there needs to be a white student union. It's just never occurred to me. But I mean, if people were to try and start one, I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's not something I would do.
Yeah.
But there are people that would probably try to start it, and I would not be one of those people, not because I don't believe in there needing to be a white student union or believe there shouldn't be a white student union.
Yeah.
Just because that's not my personality, I wouldn't start it.
If you look at a lot of these campuses, a lot of them do have like a black, Latino, but there's never a white one. Do you think there's something like in the schooling system or by society that makes there a stigma to have one?
Yeah, because I think when people think about having like a white group, like when they think about having this, they say, well, like they're the dominator, they're not a minority. But when you don't give them like the same spaces you give everyone else, you then make them a minority. The whole purpose for like campuses are to like be inclusive. They say that everyone's welcome, but if you don't have the same clubs for each race, each gender, then is it really inclusive? So I think starting one for each race and each gender means that you're actually inclusive.
I thought of what? White student union. I feel like, honestly, I guess there is a lack of one. I don't think there necessarily is a need for one, as like a lot of groups are already kind of like almost, I don't like dog on what he said, but a lot of groups are purely and made up and built on white groups, that having these larger purely white groups is almost like unnecessary in a way.
So you're saying abolish all the unions?
Mostly most things that involve divisiveness, essentially. Just general student unions are fine, I think.
Do you think there's some stigma in society?
I'm sorry. We can't be doing this. These are high schoolers. We can't be. Yeah.
Isn't this public?
Yeah, but like these are like not. These kids can't consent. They're here like on their own tournaments and stuff. Like, they're with the speaking debate tournament.
I wanted to answer a question about student unions. It's nothing controversial.
Do you guys have like authority on it?
Yeah.
Do you have authority to kick someone out of a public space?
We're not kicking you. Nobody's kicking you anywhere.
Yeah. So what do you?
We're just saying you can't interview them.
Listen, it sounds like you guys just want to
just proliferating free speech on.
Yeah, no, listen, and that's totally cool. Like, this is literally a speech and debate tournament. Like, we're all for free speech. At the same time, like, it's just the matter of like filming it
and posting it for content.
Yeah, like if you guys want to just like go like chat with them and just like.
Well, we're just walking up to students. There's no assumption that we know you're on speech and debate. You don't go to UF. This is the University of Florida. So when we go up to students, the assumption is that they're adult students on campus.
But when we see it, we have to stop it. So that like
okay,
there's
you can
no
stop
debate.
it, but we're still going to go up to people. If they're a part of the speech and debate club, then they're more than welcome to not participate.
Or maybe we should just make them all like just the student like unions, like it should just be
why don't we have
one
a
big
collective
student union.
Why does it have to be separated by culture?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I think there could be like a big general one, and there could also be like individual ones. If people want to make their own groups, I don't see anything wrong with people like making little groups where they have things in common, So I think anyone could do anything. That's
I definitely agree with him. I feel like the reason why there's been so much culture being more represented nowadays and being pushed out a lot is because people of culture have been pushing to represent themselves. So I feel like if white people want that same thing, they should push to do the same thing.
Why do you think there like isn't one? Why is there on a lot of these campuses there usually is like a black, a Latino one, or like a homosexuality one, whatever it might be, but there's never like a white or European one?
I feel like there's like definitely a stigma because people will just assume that like white people already kind of have like a stronger influence on campus, and I think people already like if there was a white student union, I think it'd be very controversial just because I don't know how to explain it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. I think it's just kind of an expectation for like blacks and Latinos to kind of come together, but as for whites, we already kind of have like everything's situated already, I guess. That makes sense. Like, I don't want to say it's not authority, but it's definitely like we have a heavier influence, I think, on like the student body and student government and stuff.
Because if I look at a majority of student government, it is like white people. Like, we have a few friends who are on student government that are Indian, but like I don't see a lot of like Latino people on student government.
I don't think there's really like a need for a white student union.
Why did you say that was like fair at the start?
Well, at first I thought it was fair, like, because it was just coming from the mindset of originally when there wasn't as much like equality, the existing student unions that might have been at the campus were generally white focused, right? And maybe there wasn't as much black and Hispanic representation. Like for them to make a black student union and Hispanic student union, there must have been some catalyst for that, right? That they needed to unify, and maybe white people didn't have that catalyst because they had like the power during that time where they didn't need to make that institution. But like listening to them more, I feel like I feel like we can still have those, and then maybe if you want a white student union, make a white student union. I feel like it doesn't really matter like how many unions we have, as long as we don't fight in between the unions, right? If it's not white student union versus black student union, then it doesn't really matter.
No union should be outshining anyone else. We're all equal. But I don't see the problem with having a white student union as well, as long as it's not outshining other cultures, but other cultures shouldn't be outshining white people as well.
You said there's like a stigma. Do you think the stigma is like purported by the system?
No, I think it's just more like a social stigma. Like, it's just kind of
Like, it's gonna happen in probably any school. I don't think it's a schooling thing. I think it's just how the world is and how it probably will always be, considering the history of Latin Americans, African Americans, opposed to white Americans. And just, I think it will probably always be there no matter how far we get away from what might have caused it in history. So I think it's not just our schooling system, it's the world in general.
What history in particular?
Probably, I mean, obviously civil rights, slavery, all that has to deal. I know we're getting farther and farther away from it, but there still are people who are blatantly racist in the world, have this racism that they might not know they're actually experiencing. And like, it goes for Latin Americans as well, Indians, like, everybody has these opinions. There's still people with these opinions in the world, and even if we don't have them as two white girls, people still have it. So I think it's just part of history, it's a part of life.
You were saying like about slavery, but everyone owned slaves. Everybody was slaves, and white people were actually the first ones to free slaves. Why don't they get credit for that? Why does everybody look at like white people as owning these slaves when some countries still do?
I think it's easy to frame them. I mean, if you look at the history, it's like, okay, like everyone wants to find the bad guy in the situation, and like especially with racism, I think it's just easy to frame white people for the issue. I mean, and I think a lot of people do know that it goes further, but it's just an easy like explanation, I guess.
All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think people gave pretty fair answers for the most part. I don't think anybody was really triggered that I was asking that, which is a pretty good sign. Obviously, Florida is a pretty conservative state. I don't know about the campus as a whole. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Why is there no white student union? Should we even have unions based on different skin colors and races and cultures? Let me know below, and see you guys next time.